I think it's amazing. If I was an alumni wanting to give money, I think it would be a really good way to do it because you get real control over where the money goes. And it's nice to be able to encourage student startups. Like, we've got a lot of ideas and no money, so it's good to have support from some alumni and they understand what we're going through.
I think it's a great opportunity for students that have an idea to help them launch it forward and to get experience on when they go out and try to expand their company. It's absolutely incredible to have this opportunity now.
I think it's a great thing to be involved with. I think it's something amazing that the university's doing. There are these guys coming in and offering so much money for students to get their ideas off the ground. It's amazing to be a part of. And we'll see what happens later this afternoon.
It's a really good concept, actually. The fact that it's a grant is even better, and the fact that they are alumni of the university is really good. And yes, it really helps me and other small businesses thrive in Bath.
It was a very exciting experience. It's the first time we do this, and it was really interesting.
Worthwhile but nerve-wracking.
Quite intense.
Yeah, pretty intense.
More than I expected. They were very ruthless with their questions as well.
Yeah.
So
got some tight spots.
yeah.
I felt we dealt with it fairly well.
It was quite scary, but very interesting, the questions they asked you to make you think more about your business plan.
It was brilliant. They gave me lots of insightful questions that I hadn't thought about necessarily before, and really wanted to know more about why my business might be a success.
It was good fun. With our presentation, you sort of weren't quite aware of what your audience was after, which I found a bit difficult. And it became,
to suss them out.
Yeah, it's hard to suss them out, but it became easier with the Q&A session. And it was nice that the Dragons clearly were taking on board everything you were saying, and their questions were very relevant and good questions. Some we were very much expecting, some we weren't. But yeah, you know you've been through something fairly intense when you come out of the den, that's for sure.
Really. It was much less scary than I expected, actually. The time went so fast. They said 5 minutes presenting and 15 minutes of questions, and before I knew it was time over. So they were very friendly, and it was really useful, actually, the questions they asked, to learn what kind of things people were going to be asking me about and point out some holes in my ideas.
It was certainly an interesting experience. I think it was really interesting to hear their feedback sort of live on the ideas, if you like. They were very talkative and very easy to talk to. And it was interesting to hear their take and what they thought initially. So just quite interesting, really, and an interesting experience.
I mean, it was tough. The questions lasted for a long time. I was grilled on my figures. But yeah, it was quite an enjoyable experience. I've never really been anything like that before.
Having to really think through what we're asking the money for and being very specific and to the point.
Be very precise with your marketing plan.
Be confident as well, I'd say.
I think I learned that you do need to be prepared in absolutely every aspect that the Dragons could ask you about, and they gave me some interesting things to think about going forward.
Investors want to know really what you're going to do with the money, which I had thought about before, but not quite in the depth they were looking for, and also they were interested in the technical side of things, which wasn't something I thought they would be interested in, which was good because it meant I could show off the idea.
Probably to be a bit more prepared for the questions they'd asked.
One-liner for about
They wanted a real one-liner answer, and we sort of had some vague ideas that we definitely could have tied down had we thought about it for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And we hadn't.
Being aware in advance of exactly who you're pitching to and what they would be looking for, because I fear that we were almost pitching to them as if we're trying to sell our clothes rather than sell our business.
I was fairly confident with the numbers, but I think I'm going to go back and have one more little look. And they quite rightly pointed out that maybe I'm looking at growing a bit too fast. So I might look at slowing that down a little bit.
I think explaining your idea concisely has got to be the main thing I've taken from this. I probably wasn't as concise as I wanted to be, and I think definitely ensuring that you can convey an idea very, very quickly is very difficult. So that's something I'm definitely going to work on.
I've learned that you need to know your figures, you need to know exactly what you're doing, where you're going to put all your money in. After all, it's their money, it's their investment, they want to know exactly what you're going to do with the money and why you need it.